Okay, let's go.
Hi, and welcome back to Week 7 Live DUI Demo. Here it is. Ariel has wrecked my car. Let's go find her.
Alright, and we're back here. So, you may be asking yourself why I'm wearing a whoopee cushion costume. Well, let me answer that question for you. Honestly, you might be laughing right now, and that's okay. But guess what? Let me be the butt of your joke. Because ultimately, that's the last thing we want is for you to get a DUI and have everybody having you be the butt. So let's get into it. 4 work, 4 home demo series. Ultimately, it's 12 weeks long. Top Golf gift cards, what we're looking for. Alright, we're getting into the DUI safety demo. Driving buzz is the same as drunk driving. Knowledge is power. The body needs 1 hour to process 1 drink, right? What is that talking about? Does that mean a double shot of whiskey is going to process within 1 hour? No, not even close. We want to make sure that you have 1 shot or 1 beer for every 1 hour, because if that is the case, then you should be fine after that hour to go ahead and start driving again. Now, being awake for 21 plus hours is equivalent to a 0.08 BAC, blood alcohol content. So we as theater drivers actually take a long time. Sometimes it's a 12-hour shifts, sometimes it's 14-hour shifts. But the way I've been describing this to everybody is, think about this, you're on a Monday, you're going in, you're waking up with the family, right? Monday, it's Monday morning, yay, okay. Well, then you plan on getting a nap at some point before you start your Monday shift. Well, nap didn't happen. So what happens? Now you go into work, you're already awake 12 hours, and you got a 12-hour shift ahead of you, which has happened to me a few times. So when that happens, now all of a sudden you're not getting off and it's 24 hours. You gotta be extra careful, because ultimately when that happens, you gotta be extra careful because that blood alcohol content, it really is talking about your awareness, your reception time when you're driving a vehicle. It's equivalent to having 2+ drinks. That's the last thing I want for something like that to happen to you, especially with us being feeder drivers. So, moving on to the next one, we're going to go ahead and let everybody know. When refusing a breathalyzer in Washington State, it equals to a license suspension. Now, everybody has that time when they get pulled over, right? And the cop is like, oh, yeah, hey, I'm going to be a giant bugger. That's the simplest way to put it. And he's going to go ahead and just find anything and everything that he can to give you a ticket. Well, he's going to pull you out, give you a breathalyzer, but you're all mad and upset and frustrated that you're getting pulled out of your car in the first place. You're telling him that you're not drunk. Well, how many times has he heard that, right? Just blow on the breathalyzer. Your job, my job, we all depend on our license. And we're depending on our license. Ultimately, that means our job is at risk. If for some reason you refuse your breathalyzer, you're potentially at risk to losing your license, which could affect your job. Last thing we want for you. Now, what to do if you see a driver? We want to make sure a driver that you might think that is under the influence. We want to make sure that you're calling 911. And then what does that look like? Well, let's say a driver is swerving, right? We want to make sure that we're also slowing down, stay back, and turn on your hazards to let all the other cars around you know that here it is, 911, right? And something's happening in front of you. A driver's happening in front of you, they're swerving, whatever. You're keeping everybody safe by staying back and seeing it all. Ultimately, here's the conclusion. We don't want to be like Ariel. If you see something, say something. We're still looking for Ariel though, but I think I might have found her. Why don't you go on over and here we are, we found her. Plan ahead, avoid the jail time. What does that look like? Don't be like her. Call a cab, Uber, or Lyft before the light party starts. Those cherries and berries will light you up, and that's the last thing you want is to end up in the pokey. And with that being said, I'm signing off.